That's because I unmuted. I muted myself. Thank you so much for letting me know, little frijolto. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're back to here. I feel like I had learned this in childhood. I would have been so much better in math. Hey, yeah, I think so too. I think it would have been better. I don't know how it's supposed to sit. Oh, okay. Okay. So it all depends on what kind of hello, Splendor. Okay, Karen. So it all depends on how you, what kind of abacus it is. So when you go back home or when you see your mom or your grandmother and stuff, go ahead and like take a look. So I just love playing with it. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna understand how to read the abacus. Let's start with this one because I like the colors. And when we look, we're gonna do a review. So let's review again. This is my abacus, and my abacus has the top beads and the bottom beads. Because I have the top beads and the bottom beads, it will track my numbers. The numbers are being tracked with the horizontal bar. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Hello. Hello, Splendor. Okay, yes, I think you're right. Don't forget to smile. The visualization does help, but you know what is even better is uh, when you can actually hold it in your hands. And Miracle Money, right? Miracle Money bought one, and she was able to. I'm sorry, Miracle Money was able to follow along. It's fun here. It's fun. Oh yeah, right. Thank you. Okay, Charizard. I got jokes too. And people and the people that comment, it was always about, trying to figure out what we're trying to do. So please ask away. And so what we're going to do is we're going to review. So let's review the abacus. So let's go back to how to do zero. Zero we already did. That was easy. Okay, now we do one. When we do one, mine has three dots. Oh, okay. So yours is three dots. There'll be one here, one here, one here. Yeah, because if I do three like that, it would look like that. Okay, yeah, it'd be like that. One, two, yeah. So three. Okay, so then Miracle, I would start in the middle because then you have all these. Or you could start on this one over here. You could start on this one over here, right? So the reason why it just depends on where you start. So I could start here, but then I would have not enough beads, right? Just like a Pokemon. If you choose this one, it would be like that. I'm sorry, it'd be the ones, the tens, the hundreds. However, if you started over here, then your numbers can be larger: ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, and millions. So I think you can go all the way up to the millions. Okay, so Karen, I'm not sure if you were able to follow that, but Miracle has another. Uh, the Charizard audio got me in what's going on. What we learned. So, Miracle, you can choose any of the dots, right? Just like a Pokemon. You can choose any of the dots. I would choose this one, and then you should have two columns for the decimals, right? The one has is the far between the third row and the fourth row. Okay. So then here you would have a decimal between the tens and the hundreds, right? So we have our ones, our ones, our decimal sits between, and then our tenths, and then our hundreds. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, good. So that's what I would do. So we're back to here. We're back to one. So we're focusing on one. I'm choosing this one, right? I want to choose this one. So again, oh, not a problem, Miracle. And again, I'm choosing this one because I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000. When if I choose this one, this is my ones label. I need to move everything over and it would look like that. My ones, my tens, and then I have hundreds. But notice there's no more column for hundreds and there's no more column for thousands. So when we look, we want to make sure that we are choosing the enough columns for the number that we are doing, if that makes sense. Thank you so much for the reminder. Colloquial rubbish. Thank you so much for the reminder. That's a funny name. Anyways, okay, so we got that understood. Okay, now we're gonna go back to counting. I'm sorry, Karen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do zero, and then we do one. After one, we have two. This is two. When the beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is two. We have three, one, two, three, because it's touching the horizontal bar. They're all holding hands. They're all singing kumbaya. And then we have four. This is a value of, this is the items of four. One, two, three, four. Just to, for understanding what four looks like, right? So when we're looking, and now we have this workbook. I have created this workbook that is very specific to abacus. If I want to do zero, we're focusing on zero. And then we have one, we're doing one. That's what one looks like, right? And then if I did all of this, there'd be one, 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 one. So this is all ones. And then what's going to happen is we have two. Nope, two. Two is two snakes. And so all I got to do is put all of these beads up. This is two, 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 two. And then we have three, right? We have three, 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 three. And then we have four. Four big koalas. Four, 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 four. And then there's a bunch of activities, which is this. This is just bead recognition, number recognition. How does the numbers relate to the beads and so forth? And these are activities for the kids. I was trying to get them young. And then our next one is lesson 5. Again, just to review, lesson 5, we have our top bead. The top bead, because the top beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is the value of 5, right? And then we do 6. When we do 6, we have 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's what 6 is. And then we have 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then we have 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Ooh, 8. That's what 8 looks like. That's what 8 looks like. And then we have 9. 9 is all the beads touching the horizontal bar. That's what 9 looks like. Now, when we zero it out, we want to do 10. Well, remember with our 10, we have our place value. So if I zero it out and I want to do 10, I go 0 and then 1. Remember that my place value is like that. Ones and tens. Ones and tens. I have 5 beads below the bar. That's fine. Just ignore the bottom one. So when you're looking at it, right, you would just ignore the bottom bead. That's what I would do. You could use it. Not a problem. You could use it. So do you have 2 beads on top or 1 bead on top? Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2. You got the Chinese abacus. Looks kind of like mine. It still works the same. You could still work the same. You could just focus in on the 2 middle ones and you would ignore the top one as well. You could ignore the bottom one and you could ignore the top one. So you'd just be using the middles like this. That's what you could do. It is up to you. Yes. Okay. So, um, you have dots, which is good. Mine doesn't have dots, so I would have to make it. But as long as yours has dots, I would focus in on one dot. All right. That's funny. Okay, so we have 10 looks like this. 1 and 0. And then 11. 11 is just 1 and 1. And then 12 just looks like 1 and 2. Again, when we remember, we're looking at our tens and our ones, just like that. Tens and our ones. So if you notice, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, that makes 12. And then now we can count by tens. 10, I'm sorry, 12, 22, 32, 42, 52, because this is a 5, this is a value of 5, this is 52, 62, 72, 82. How do I know? 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 92. Anybody have any questions? Hello, 397. How are you today? I'm doing it. Yes, good job, Miracle. Good job, Miracle. Very good, right? Does this make sense what 92 is? Because we have a 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 2. And then we could do 100, 92, 200, 92, 300, 92. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I saw. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any problems with anything of the, downloading or any of the problems. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope it works well for you. I do hope it works well for you. I'm trying to be as logical and as logical and not standard, but bite size. Bite size understanding. So hopefully it works well for you. Okay, sorry. So we have 392, 492, and then we have 592. Your enthusiasm really got me hyped for learning this. Ah, yeah. I enjoy when people are open to it. And it's fun because, there's so many aha moments. But thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you love to teach. I do love to teach, especially when the students are open to it, and then they see the value in it. Of course, right? If you don't see the value in it, then there's no problem. There's no point. But I do appreciate it. And I know, and I'm very appreciative of everybody on the TikTok world because, this is very helpful with place value. Yes, it is very helpful with place value. And I'm hoping that it works very well for you. And it's too bad. I do believe it. I do believe it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. What is this? It makes sense, but what's the purpose? Hi, Audrey. The purpose is to count. The purpose is to read the abacus, but the purpose is to make numbers more physical. So the reason why I'm showing you right now how to read the abacus is so then we can do some adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. But we can do adding and subtracting, but I'm not sure how much multiplication we can do because it all depends on the class. And it all depends on how far people get along. But usually, yes, thank you, Miracle. It does improve number fluency. It's like number fluency, number sense, number everything. I'm a beginner. Oh, yeah. The purpose is to better understand math and to know how to do it fast. Yeah. Yeah. And some people already have this great, understanding of abacus. I'm sorry, great understanding of numbers. I'm not pushing the abacus for those people, right? But I do, but for those of us that do struggle, I know I struggled and I don't like memorizing. But as I go through, it is easier just to have like a group of formulas. Okay. So, Audrey, did that make sense? I don't know if she's still here. Let's practice more numbers. We appreciate the basics. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miracle. We will. You know what we're going to do? We will look at this abacus maze. The abacus maze is um, only talking about two digits. I'm still in the process of making three digits, and then I have four digits, and then there'll be five digits with two decimals. So right now we're going to be doing two-digit decimal puzzle. I don't know if you remember the decimal puzzle. Hey, Copper, no worries. You should sleep. You should sleep. I'm here quite often. You should sleep. You should take care of yourself. It is good. It's all good. There's no there's no judgment. We all gotta, I was actually on late. I was trying to be here at 8, but then I started getting wrapped up with trying to build out more abacus questions. So yes, that makes sense. I actually definitely struggled with numbers in elementary school. Oh, interesting. Oh, so we're gonna go through this maze. So I have this maze, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some more number recognition, the number to the beads. And so as we go through, we're gonna see that it's very easy to read. So go ahead and let's see how we do. So here is my question. This question is my tens and my ones. So if I show you on my abacus my tens and my ones, what number do we think this is? Here's my tens and here's my ones. So what number do we think that this is? I want to start coloring it in. 40. Is it? So we have our 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, thank you, user. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 48. 48. Don't forget the top bead. Thank you so much for the confetti, Miracle. It is 48. How do I know? Because I have 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. So don't forget we have the top bead. 43 looks like this when there is no top bead touching the horizontal bar. Ha! So we have 48, and then we have our next number. What is our next number? Remember, the top bead is a value of 5. When the top bead touches the bar, that's being counted. So when we look, we have this is my tens, and then this is my ones. So my number looks like, what number do we think that is? Maybe if I go a little bit closer, how's that? 66. Yes, Audrey, thank you. So it's 66, and it's going to take me to here. So here, again, I have my tens and I have my ones. So when I'm looking, I have my tens and I have my ones. So I have something in my ones. What number do you think this is? I visualize as I'm solving. So learning abacus is good. Why? Math learning disability simply does not allow me to understand this. Mary? Oof. Mary, I'm not sure. Do you not? This is, what number is this? We know that this is the number 4. Yes. So thank you, Audrey. Thank you, 397. So when we look, Mary, does this make sense what this number is? This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it matter where you start? It matters what indicator you use, the ones indicator, because it's easier to see. Yeah, it does matter because I have my ones. I don't know if you can see that. I have a dot. There's a dot right here, or there's a dot right here. This is where we can choose our ones indicator. Does that make sense? I use a. Does that make sense? So I usually go here because it's just easier for me. You could use here, but then you don't have any more room for the hundreds and the thousands. So that's why I choose that one. Yeah. Um, Hold, please. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay. So, okay. Yes, 4 beads, but I'm sure. Yeah. No, that's okay, Mary. You just came in. So when we're looking, this is 4. When we want to take away 1, we're moving it away. Oh, that's actually subtracting. So we have 3, right? So then if we have 2, and then we have 1. I think the dot as a decimal, I just think to add it a row after. Yeah, you can purchase an inexpensive. Okay, yeah. So when we're looking, and then we have the top beat. Okay, so we know that this is 4. Everybody, thank you. That's 4. So what we're going to do is here. So this question, if I look, right, I have my tens and I have my ones. So I have my tens, and I play around with my camera a lot. So I have my tens. I have my 2 columns, the tens and the ones. So when I look, I have tens. How many do I have my tens, and then how many do I have my ones? I gotta go this way. 22. Thank you, fake. Thank you, user 397. So when we're looking, Mary, do you understand that this is 22? Good job, Miracles. Does that make sense why this is 22? Because this is my tens, this is my ones. When we're looking, every column is a place value. So we have our ones and our tens. And what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus. So this is 22. It'll take me to here. I'm having a hard time seeing all you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Have a good night, Copper. I'll see you later. Take care of yourself. Don't stress too much. Just take it easy. We're always here. you know? I'm always doing abacus. I've been doing abacus for 20 years. I don't think I'm going to be stopping anytime soon. Hello, Teresita. Yeah, okay, sorry. So we have our tens are over here, and then this is our ones. So if our tens looks like this and our ones, I don't feel good. Oh, I'm sorry. The cover up paper in the window is super helpful. Covering up paper with the window in the is super helpful. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, you know, oh, almost fake, almost, because this is one, right? And then we're going to count five, six, seven, eight, nine. Good night, Copper. Take care. I hope to see you soon. Does that make sense? So this is 19. One and then nine. Five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah. You know, this mask, I called it a mask maze. This mask maze is actually part of the book. But I didn't like how the paper is kind of thin. So what I did was I offer to have a downloadable printable mask, and you can download it and then you can print it on cardstock. So then you don't go through, you can't see through the page. That's 19. So this is 19. Okay. So that's the next number. So the blue bead, yes, yes, the blue bead, yes, don't forget the blue bead. Because the blue bead is very important when we start doing adding and subtracting. Yes, the blue bead is always going to be the five, no matter what. So in my ones and my I'm sorry, tens and my ones, tens and then ones, if I have my tens over here and then my ones is over here, what number do we think that is? Yeah, always got to check the top bead because it's all about the positioning. It doesn't matter about the colors. I just use the colors because it's pretty. 56. Yes, thank you, fake. 56, because this is a 5 and then this is a 6. 5, 6. So 56. Oh, Dory, I speak whale. It looks like this is 16. That's what 16 looks like. But now we have 56. All right. What do we have? What do we have here? So again, we're only working with our two digits, and then we can, if we wanted to, we can go to three digits. But right now we're going to do two digits. I have my tens and I have my ones. I have my tens and then I have my ones. I forgot it. I forgot the top. The top bead is a value of 5. Yes, how is everybody doing? It is 31. 30, 1, 2, 3, and 1. I'm eventually going to get it. I really want to understand this. You will get it. You will get it. I have every faith in everybody. Even Miracle got it. Copper got it. Dory. Oh, why isn't it 51? Why isn't it 51? 51. This one? The reason why is because we have the 6. So we have 50 and then 50, 5 and then 6. That's why. It's not 51. 51 looks like this. 5 and a 1. Yeah? Maybe I'm going to do here. Is that all right? I'm going to start here instead. So we do that. So if I did 51, that's what it would look like. Or, but I had this one, 56. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do that. Maybe I should do that. Okay. Okay. So I need to take. Yeah, I make I like making things. Okay, hold please. I'm trying to, yeah, because sometimes the you know what I understand. Sometimes the column gets a little bit overwhelming, right? And so when it comes overwhelming, it's a little bit difficult to see, especially for beginners. So let's try that. How's that? Can I do that? Okay. I've always wondered how this is awesome. Oh, thank you so much, fake. So the colors don't mean anything. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything at all. Like this, right? So it's the same thing. We did 50, we did 6. It's all about the positioning of the beads. It doesn't matter about the colors. So people who are colorblind is not an excuse. somebody came in and said, "Oh, I'm colorblind." I'm like, that's not a problem. Because there's a single colored one too. I use the colored one because it's just prettier. That's all. All right. So we did 56. Okay, now we have this one. We did this one, right? Who said? Dory. Dory said it was 31. So this is 31. I'm going to move down. Now I have this one. All right. So if I have my tens and my ones, I have my tens and I have my ones. What number do we think that is? How are we doing? What number do we think that is? Yes, exactly. It is five. It is five because this is a zero and then we have five. That's the five. Yep. Hey, strive for more. Yes. I like to strive for more too. All right. So now we have this number. So when I look, I have my tens and I have my ones. Yay! So I have my tens and I have my ones. Almost strive for more. Almost. So every top beat is a value of five. So when we look, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you got this one correct, which is 5. Hello, Ethan. Welcome. Welcome, Ethan. You've been so quiet. Okay, so it's 85. So when we look, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5. It's actually a lot simpler the way we were taught in school once you get it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm focusing. Uh, strive for more. Does that make sense? So when we're looking, the top bead is always going to be a value of 5. So we have two 5 beads here, and then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is 85. And then right over here. So when we have it, okay, we're looking at our tens and our ones. So if I look at my tens, is like that, and I have my ones, looks like that. I am actually a bit slow. The teacher I had didn't. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, that's too bad. 42. 41. Oh, yes, 41. Yes, it is 41. Sorry you're experiencing that. Yeah, yeah, I feel sad about that. I, yeah, I, I understand though. Like it's tough to be a teacher in a classroom full of, 30, 24 to 30 kids. So it's too bad. It is too bad. My new teacher. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about state testing. Sorry. Okay. Is the dot com always the ones or is it visual aid? It is. It's a little bit of both, right? So the ones, the dot is my indicator, right? And then if you look, if I okay, I'm choosing this one, right? Okay, and we're going back. If I choose this one, then I know that this one over here will be my thousands. So it kind of helps you label everything, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Fake? So when we have the bigger one, right? When we have the bigger one, if I choose this one, yeah, if I choose this one to be my ones, then I know this one will be thousands, and I know this one will be my millions. If I choose this one, then I have my thousands because it's grouped by every three. So I have my thousands, my millions, my billions, and my trillions. Yeah, yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, it's such an elegant. Oh, okay, sorry. We did. It's such an elegant. It's so efficient, and it's just so crazy, like how simple it can be, and yet so scalable. How is oh got it problem? What's your daily problem? I want to try and solve it. Right now we're just learning how to read the abacus. So we're going through the maze just to go through the abacus. What are the pieces called inside? Beads. Um, oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold, please. So we have our bottom beads, right? We have our bottom beads, and then we have our top bead. The top bead is like that. So that's what that would look like. So I have it where there's a beam or a horizontal bar or a reckoning bar, right? And then the frame, the box around it, right? The box around it is a frame. If you want to know the anatomy of an abacus. So we have the bottom beads and we have the top bead. Sometimes they call it earth beads and heaven beads if you want to get poetic. And it's exactly the same with the Chinese one. There's the earth beads and then there's the heaven beads. So, if you want to be poetic. Yeah, no, that's a good question. How do I get one of those? Oh, I sell it on my shop. I sell it. If you want, there's the 7 column. This is 7 columns. This is the one I like to use for young kids. But if you're an adult and you're okay with, you can use the 13 column one, and I sell that one as well. What else? Okay. Why did the other? I'm sorry. Why did the other one have so many more beats? This one or this one? This one is because it's yeah. This one is because it's a Chinese abacus. Thank you, fake plastic, for the rose. And thank you, Miracle, for the heart me and the confetti. Okay. This one is a Chinese abacus. So before the Japanese abacus, there was a Chinese abacus, and the Chinese abacus took the Russian one, right? What they did was they had pebbles. Abacus means moving pebbles or something like that, right? So the abacus is just moving pebbles. Chinese people put it in a frame, and then because they put it in a frame, it's easier to take around, right? I had the Chinese one for the whole life, and I'm you can use it as a back massager, or a rattle, um, or you could use it to count. So when we're counting, it's exactly the same. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Because this is five, you could trade it in. So we do 5 and then trade it in 6. I'm sorry, 5. That's a 5. So then we do 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Because we can trade this in, we can do 10. So this is 10. And then what happens? This will get traded in to this. So this is still 10. There's many ways to do 10. That's 10. This is 10. This is 10. So yes, exactly, Dory. The top bead is a 5 and together is a 10. Is it more complex? It's not complex. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I don't teach the Chinese abacus, but it does take a little bit to get used to, just like the Japanese abacus. You're gonna, I mean, I don't focus on the Chinese one, but the modern one now, everybody usually uses the Japanese one. It looks confusing. It's actually not. Well, it is because we're unfamiliar. I do like that terminology. We're just unfamiliar with it. What does the Russian one look like? The Russian one, I I don't have a Russian one, but it looks like this. And instead of having a column in the middle, you have 10 beads going across, and it's horizontal. And I'm not sure why they would do horizontal because we don't read numbers like this, so I don't know why they did that. But that's what it would look like. This is as close as I can get with the Russian one, but there's no bead in the middle. If I ever find one, I'll bring it to show and tell, but I don't want to spend money on something that I really don't care about. Okay. So that's what this is. Okay, so we understand what this is. Okay, and then oh, so that's 41. We have two more. Do we have two more? Yeah, we have two more. So what number do we have that? Do we have that? So we do tens, tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? 40? No. 1. This is 1. 17. Thank you. 17. Yes, thank you guys. Yeah, 47 would look like that. Okay, so we're done with the one of 17, and then our last one is, and we're done with this maze. What does our last maze look like? We have that, and we do that. What number is that? That should be easy. Yes, thank you, 397. Yes, Miracle, it is 110 and 7 ones. Thank you, strive for more, and fake plastic. Yep, cool. That is my maze. And so that was the thing is not 9. Maybe we should manifest. Alma, welcome. I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you today? Mhm. Oh, that's 3. Yeah, that's 3. Yeah, because 9 looks like this. 9 looks like that. That's what 9 looks like, right? 3 was that. All right. So, so that is my maze. We can do, yeah. Okay. Do we want to do more maze? I could do a 3-digit. I sneak in. Ah, that's funny. Okay, so do we want to do another maze that's 3-digit, or do we want to go into how do we add and subtract? Let me know. Yeah. Let me know. Do we want to continue on with adding and subtracting? I haven't been doing my homework. Oh, do homework. Another maze? Okay. Okay. Let's see. We could do this one. Oh no, it's over here. Okay, let's do 3 digits. And I need to find which one. There it is. Okay. We will do 3 digits, and I will color it in. Oh yeah, there we go. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. This nope. I'm trying to find. There we go. All right, 3 digits. Okay, let's do one more maze, and then we will go into some adding and subtracting. So this is again. What do I want to do? I want to do this. There we go. Okay. So if that's okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more, and then we'll do some adding and subtracting. And I'll show you how to work the maze. I'll show you how to work the abacus. So, add and subtract maze. Okay. Hello, halo, and horns. 70. Add and subtract. Okay. So let's do one more, and then we will go into it. Yep. So this is 3 digits, right? So what we're doing is 3 digits. What we're going to be doing, oh, now I have to be in the middle, right? Because I don't have any more room for the 3 digits, so I need to be over here. So when I look, I don't know if you can see that. When I look, I have this number. I have 3 digits. This is my hundreds, my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So when I do this, what number? Yes, good. So that makes sense, right? Oh, yeah. So we have 5, 5, 6, 7, and then 5. So we have 5, 5, 6, 7, and then 5. Yep, great. And then we're going to go down here. And what number do we, if we could see the number, what number do we think that is? We have this number, we have that, and then we have this. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1 over there, and then maybe I'll do a different color because I like to see what I like to see. So we got like this. There we go. There we go. How's that? There we go. We'll do that. Oops. Oh, maybe the green's not so good. Okay. So what's number? 914. Yes, 914. Yep, thank you. So we do 914. It goes up to here. And then we have, maybe I'll try this number. Maybe I'll try this one. Okay. So we have that number. We have hundreds, tens, and then 0. This is helpful. Thank you. So then I'm going to color that in, right? So we have 60. Yes. Thank you, Strive. Thank you, Fake. So we have 60. So that takes me to 60. Easy, right? But that's the thing, right? Every column is exactly the same. It's just depending on the different columns, right? So we have hundreds, tens, and then ones. We have our ones, tens, and our hundreds. 100s, tens, and then ones. 893. Good. Makes sense, right? Easy. 893. And then we have this one. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and then our ones. So our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. This is awesome. Oh, thank you, Fake. Oh, good. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're enjoying this, right? Yeah. I wasn't going to do another 2 digit. I wanted to try to move the class along. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Halo. Good. Good. 570, 567, and then 1. We can do this one. So we have our hundreds, tens. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Ah, yes, 685. Thank you. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Fake. Yep. Okay, 685. And then we have our hundreds, tens, and our ones. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Moving the class along. Ethan, I don't need to know that you're in the shower, please. I don't need to know that. I already have 4 boys in my house. I already know what's going on. Thank you, Halo. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Melinda. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we have our, what is it? Hundreds, hundreds, tens, and our ones. Huh? Do you have soap in your eye, Ethan? Yes, 931. Yes, thank you. 931. Okay, so we have our hundreds, tens, and ones. So we have our hundreds, tens, and ones. 426. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Faith. How do you plan on making this with 4 digits? Yes, I do. And I have a 5 digit. It's actually 3 digits with decimals. Um, I'm still working on that. I think I just gotta write the answers, and then I think I'll be ready for that one. And then I'm still working on the minus tens, and I have the introduction to abacus for adults. I'm not happy with it, so I'm not ready to publish that yet. So I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. There we go. Can you do multiplication on the abacus? Yes, we can do multiplication on the abacus. Depending on how fast the class goes, I might be able to show you some multiplication. Yes. Thank you, Melinda. So it's 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, and then 5, 6, 7. Multiplication. 7, 6, 7. Okay. We're almost done. We're almost done. So we have that number. Let me see if I can move it. There we go. So we have five hundreds, tens, and ones. Oh, have a good night, Alma. Thank you for coming by. Nice to see your progress. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, instead of 3 people in the room, I get 31. Yes, 587. I appreciate the three people that are around, like Ethan and Melinda and Alma. All right. And our final answer is our hundreds, our tens, and then our one. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you guys. It's fun. We appreciate you too. Ah, you guys. Ah, okay. 200. Yes, 283. 283. Okay, great. Okay. We're done. We're going to go to adding and subtracting now. Okay. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand that on the abacus, I'm not sure if you can see, but on the abacus, you'll notice that there's these edges. With the edges, you want to use your fingers, the edges of your fingers. And so, when you want to use your edges of the fingers, right, we want to be happy and we want to be gentle. We want to be gentle. We don't need to be delicate because it's made out of plastic. We want to be gentle. So to be gentle, right, we won't notice that we're just going to be moving our beats, right? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is just going to notice that we're going to move our beats. We're going to be gentle. We're not going to be aggressive, right? We're not going to be mad to do abacus. Oh yeah, not a problem, Miracle. Okay, we're not going to be aggressive, right? What we're going to do is also understand that these beads are really fast to move. They're really, really easy to move. Because they're easy to move, you use your left hand to stabilize it. And because you use your left hand to stabilize it, use your right hand to calculate. Use your right hand to calculate. The reason why is because we use our left hemisphere to do calculations. So that's why you use your right hand. That's what I've been told. I don't know how true it is. So then the other thing is if I have this number, let's say 55555555, right? Don't, oh, don't flick too hard, right? Don't flick too hard because then your answers are going to be all wrong. So you have to be nice and easy, right? Nice and gentle. So it's just like being, being happy. Be happy and be gentle. Don't be too like aggressive. So again, when you have like a number like this, right, and you decide to flick, you'll notice that my numbers are now wrong. Okay. So that's about that. That's about that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start understanding how to move the beads. That's where this book comes in. And what we're going to do is we've already done our number recognition and then understand. In school, we are teaching the children how to add, which is fine. But what the difference is we're focusing on the result, but in the abacus world, we're focusing on the added. When we focus in on the added, we want to make sure we know we have enough beads. So when I have my abacus, right, and I have 7, do I have enough to add 1? Do I have enough? Yes, we have enough so we can do it. So all we got to do is just add the 1. So when we look, we have 8. That's my final answer. And then it goes into twos. It's the same thing with the twos. If I have 5, I have 5 and I have to be there. I should cheer in my head. Okay, so now we have 5, and when we have 5, we want to be 2. We will add 2. Is there enough beads to add the 2? Yes, there is. So we're going to add the 2. So my final answer is 7. Notice that we're doing is we're looking at the abacus and we're learning how to read it. We learned how to read it. So now what we're doing is we're moving the beads. When we move the beads, we're moving to the horizontal bar, we're adding. When we move it away from the horizontal bar, we're subtracting. So when we add, you go to the bar, subtracting away from the bar. And we do the same thing with the 3, right? When we have the 3, I have 5 and then I want to add 3. When I add 3, I'm moving it up to the horizontal bar. When I subtract 3, I move it away. So you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. You want to be able to know how to do both. Because when we start getting into a problem where we don't have enough beads, right? That's when we're going to start understanding a little bit more. Because there's concepts that we do. You could do dots, like that's what this is. You could do dots, or you could use the abacus. This is 5, and I need to add the 3. Notice it's easy just to add the 3. We have 8. But here we have to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a little different. The reason why is because the human brain only sees 5 items at any given time. After that, we split it, right? If we had 6, we split it into 3 and 3s. If we have 8, we split into 4s and 4s. So we do a lot of grouping and regrouping. Whereas, hello, Tammy, I see you. So that's the other thing is, when we look at it, it's easy to see 8. We know that this is 5 and 6, 7, 8. It's easy to see. It's easy to just pick it up. We can subitize, and because we know what column it is, it's easy to know that we have 8, or we have 80, or we have 800. Okay, so that's the one thing of understanding the reason why we do it. That's why abacus is so great, because you can subitize. Subitizing is being able to see the number and understanding what it is. So here is, if I have this number, right? I have 5. I'm going to add 5, and then can I add 4? Yes, I can add 4. I'm going to add 4 to the abacus, and now my answer is 9. So what we're looking at is easy to move. When we add the 4 and subtract the 4, add the 4 is to the horizontal bar, subtract the 4 is away from the bar. And that's what we did. And so we can brush through like minus the 3, because I've showed you how to minus the 3, minus 4. Now we're at the adding of the 5. Adding of the 5 is what? We want to add means we go to the horizontal bar, subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. To the horizontal bar, away from the horizontal bar, right? So when we add, we have, let's say, 3. We add the 3, and then we want to add the 5. When we add the 5, it goes 2. We want to subtract, we move it away. So our final answer is 3. Does that make sense? And so we're just blowing through, because it's easy to understand. When you understand how to read the beads, it is understandable how to move the beads. So here is 1, we add the 1, and then 6. Again, we're looking at our add-in. We're not looking at anything else. We're looking at our add-in. When we add the 6, it's one top bead and one bottom bead. And it doesn't matter which bead. It can be like this, 2, and then 6 is one top bead, one bottom bead, like this. So it doesn't have to be this bead to be 6. Does that make sense? It all depends on what the number is already there. If there's 3 and I want to add 6, I'm going to add these 2 beads. Make sense? So I add the beads or subtract the beads. Add the beads, subtract the beads, right? Add the 6, subtract the 6. Add the 6, subtract the 6. Okay? So it's the same thing with the 7. All right? We have 1, and then 7 is together at the same time or push apart at the same time. We add the 7, we take away the 7. And then it's again with the 8 and the 9. 9 doesn't have too many questions. It's either 9 plus the 9 or minus the 9. That's it. Okay, so now we know how to move the beads. The question now comes to what happens when there's not enough. This is where it gets a little bit exciting. Because the question is what happens when there's not enough? What if happens if there's not enough beads? What um so here is some formulas that we need to memorize. Why do we need to memorize it? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we don't want any freeloading numbers. We don't want any freeloading numbers. I'm super excited to get your workbooks to teach my daughter for summer. Oh, yay! Yay! I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your daughter. Hopefully they work well. Hopefully it's entertaining enough. And it's not too boring. Oh, okay. So yeah, let me know how it goes, Melinda. I'm really curious. I feel sad that my boys weren't able to go through it, but the students I do have, they go through my workbooks, and it's been kind of interesting. Yeah. And so the other thing is like, let's say she gets the concept, and you do the practice, then you might want to start going into the next book and work simultaneously. It is up to you. I was thinking about that, like after you do the lessons, right, and then after you do a few practice questions, and then if it starts to be, because it's always good to remember. And so if you did like this, and then you can start the next book. It's up to you. Hopefully it works out for you. Okay, so what are we gonna? Okay, so the question is what happens when there's not enough? When does that happen? It happens when the one thing is we don't want to do is we don't want to memorize what 4 plus 4 is. We don't need to memorize that, right? Oh, thanks, thanks, fake. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, Melinda, I was thinking about it, right? Because if you practice, there's a lot of practice after a while. But let's say she gets the hang of it, yeah. Then I would probably go to the next book, and it would be the same thing. And then you can kind of do it at the same, like kind of like do one page every other day or whatever. And then Um, obviously you'll see the progression. Um, so we're gonna go through it, but yeah, I'm excited for the books. Their books, I think, are pretty interactive. Haha, amazing. Yeah, thank you, Fake. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to understand the 4 plus 4. Now, what's the problem? Well, the problem is I have 4. Do I have enough beats to add the 4? No, I don't have enough beats to add the 4. But notice I have a 5. Why are we doing this? Well, here's a question, and I don't know if you guys know, but why are we teaching the kids how to make a 5? Do we know why we're teaching the kids how to make a 5? Just a thought. I'll tell you why we do it in abacus, but I wonder why we do it in mainstream math. That's the question. Why are we teaching these ones, right? Is it because it can't be because we have 5 fingers and 5 toes, right? It can't be because it's the half of 10. It doesn't logically, why are we teaching them this? I'll tell you why we're doing it in abacus, right? Grouping. We don't do a lot of grouping in tens. Are abacus for visual learners too? Abacus is for everybody. It's not just for visual learners, and it's not for just special people. It's not for those that are disabled. It's for everybody. My kids. I told my kids. Somebody said that there was for the special education. I'm like, oh, maybe I should tell my kids that they're special. So it is really for everyone, and even for adults too. But my question still goes back to, like, we don't know specifically why, but in abacus, the reason why we do is because we need to utilize this 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some. So when we're talking about it, you could do number lines, right? You could get 4 pencils. You could do this, and you can add another 4 pencils, right? So here's a question: Is like, can you really see how many pencils I have? No, you can't really see how many pencils I have. You got to count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we figured that out. Okay, well, whatever. But you could do it, but then it's not scalable. I will show you how scalable this is. So here is our question, right? 4 plus 4. Notice we don't have enough beads to add the 4. What are we going to do? We know this concept. It also makes it kinetic learning. Yeah, it does make it kinetic learning. Yeah, you're right. So here is the thing. We know this concept. This concept is plus the 4. When we add the 4, right? We want to add the 4, but we're going to isolate this variable. I'm talking to adults, right? We know how to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate the variable. To isolate the variable, we're going to make the 4 by itself. And then what we need to do is we need to equal it to 5. Why? Because that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to make a 5. So when we're trying to make a 5, this is too much. We need to subtract the 1. So if I'm adding the 4, I need to substitute 5 minus 1. So I have 4, right? If I add another 4, I'm going to substitute plus the 5 minus 1, and I move it down. That's what the picture says. Move it down. So I'm going to plus the 5 minus the 1, move it down. So my final answer is 8. And that's what we're doing. So instead of doing number lines, instead of counting or what have you, we just need to know our concept, memorize and understand this concept. We know we're going to take the 5 and then we subtract the 1. Let's do it again with another thing, right? Here's a great example. It's like counting back change. Yes. Always build the 5. Yes. So if I had 4 pennies, right? I don't know where everybody else is in the world, but pennies is worth 1 cent. Because I have 4 cents, I'm going to put 4 pennies on the abacus because I have 4 pennies. I I have 4. I need 4, but I only have a nickel. I only have 5 cents. Because I only have 5 cents, what am I going to do? I have enough money. I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but I need change back. So I need the change back. So that would be the 1. So if you look, I'm going to give you my nickel. I'm going to give you my nickel, which adding the 5. And then what happens? I'm going to take my change back, and I need to minus the 1. Bingo! No one can count back change these days. Yeah. We use the computer. We use the calculator. We use the cash register. Yes, right. So what we understand. Does that make sense? We can do it again with the 3. When we do it with the 3, we're going to have 3 cents. We have 3 beads on the abacus. Because we have 3 beads on the abacus, I have enough for 4. But I only have a 5 cents. I'm going to give you the 5 cents because it's a 4. I'm going to give you the 5 cents and I take away 1. I get my change back, right? Great to show the coins. It seems slower to me. That was a idea for me. Yeah. It also just depends on how familiar we are, right? There's another one I did, right? On the book, I have it as 5 cats. So it's the same thing. I have 3 on the abacus and I need to add 4. Is there enough beads to add 4? No. I have to go to the cats in the tree. The cats in the tree have 5 cats. I always have 5 cats in the tree. I'm going to go to the 5 cats and I grab 4 cats. I'm going to grab 4 cats. One cat runs away. One cat runs away. So my final answer is 7. So that was one thing to try to do, was try to get it to, I mean, if the money didn't make sense, then I was going to do cats heading out. Yes, Melinda, have a good night. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in my next live. Have a good night. All right. So does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're utilizing the 4. We're utilizing the 5. That's what we're doing, is we're utilizing the 5. We're utilizing the 5. Okay, so let's you know what? Let's take it one more step. Let's take it a step. This is too easy. This is too easy. Okay. 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 So let's go. Let's start with this question. Can I do this question? What about this question? Is it over here? Where is it? Oh, is it this one? Let me find the question. It's a good question. Uh, and I want to. Where's my question? I'm looking for my question. This is the question. Here we go. Here we go. Let me show you. We're going to do 1,000. No, 1,300. 13,000. 13. 1, 3. 1, 3. 5, 7, 8. Okay. And then what are we going to do? We're going to do 2. Can we add 2? Yes or no? Yes? We're going to add 2. Okay. Now we're going to add the 4. When we add the 4, what are we going to do? When we add the 4, can we do it? Can we add the 4? No. What do we do? We know we need to plus the 5 minus the 1. So what are we going to do? We're going to do plus the 5 minus the 1. And then, can I add the 3? Yes, I can add the 3. So I'm going to add the 3. Then I just need to add the 1 and add the 1. So my final answer is 37,889. Does that make sense? So what did we just do? Because we know how to make a 5, we're able to scale our number. We're able to scale our concept. Does that make sense? How are we doing? What's do you like it? What? Does that make sense? Yeah? Do we need to do it again? So, right? So now what I just did was I showed you how scalable it is, right? That guy saying bad things. Oh yeah. Yeah. My mind is blown. I can't believe I actually understood that. Yeah. Right? It's cool because what's the biggest thing? The biggest thing is understanding 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. That's why I was focusing a lot on how to read the abacus, because you'll see if you can do it or not. The big question is do you have enough beads? Can we do it? Right? Yes, we can. And then here, 4. I want to add 4 to this column. But we know to add the 4, right? We have this here. Hello, little frijolito. Yep, I see you. I see you. Okay, right? And then we plus the 5 minus the 1. And then we have a 3. Can we add the 3? Yes, we can, right? So we add the 3, then we add the 1 and we add the 1. And then it's 1 and 1. So then we read it again. We just read it again. 300, right? Let me see. 300, no, 37,800, 889. 37,889. I love the soundboard. Thank you. Okay, so I mean that's what's really crazy about it, right? Like it's so easy, but you gotta go through it. You have to go through an understanding, what we're trying to do. This is too easy. It's too easy because the soundboard is startling. This is too easy for us because we know it. But what happens if we don't know it, right? We already know this, but I'm trying to show you how we do it in the abacus. And this is why we have to learn how to make a 5 or how to make a 5. You can do the 4 or you could do let's do 3. We could do the same thing with the 3. And again, what is this doing? This is a concept. We're now compounding this concept. If I have 4 on my abacus, I want to add the 3. When I add the 3, I have 3 cents. 4. I have 4 cents. When I add the 3 again with my nickel, I have a nickel. I have enough, but I need change back. So I'm going to give you my nickel, but you need to give me back 2. So my final answer is 7. I give you my nickel, I give you my 5 cents, and I take away 2. So my final answer is 7. And that's what we do. What we're doing is we're substituting the 3. When we substitute the 3 with the 5 minus 2, then it's very versatile. It's very easy to move around. So does that make sense? We can do it again with the 3. When we add the 3, right? I don't want to go into, how many pens and how many pencils I have, right? What I want to do is I want to be able to utilize, because having 5,000 pens with 3,000 pens more is going to be very confusing. We could do it again. Let's say we did 40. We say we did 40 and we say plus 30. Here's the question. And it becomes very clear because why? It becomes part of the place value. So we have 40 plus 30. What happens? In mainstream math, we do 0 and then we have to count 5, 6, 7, whatever. I don't know, 7, right? But in the abacus, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. All we do is when we do abacus, it is how do you add this 3? That's all I'm doing. I'm back. The 1,000 pence. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be part of my spiel now. So here, when we add the 3, I'm gonna add the 3. When there's not enough to add the 3, I'm not gonna say 30 is equal to 50 minus 20. I'm not gonna say that because it's not manageable. It's too big. What we know, the formula is 30 is equal to 5 minus 2. And now it becomes position agnostic. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be 440 and 30. Same thing. Add the 4, add the 3 plus the 5 minus the 2. And I do it here and I have my 0. You could do it again. We could do 40, 400. We could do 400. So 400 and 300. Again, is there enough? 400, I want to add the 3. What's going to happen? Plus the 5 minus the 2. So my final answer is 700. 700. Again, what I'm doing is I'm looking at my equation, right? My formula. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. It doesn't matter which column you're in, as long as you know that you're adding the 3. Does that make sense? Whew, hey Kuda. Does that make sense? So no matter what place value it is, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you know what you're adding. That's when we're focusing the add in. We focus on the add in. Good night. Love this class. Oh, okay, good night, Halo and Horns. Have a good night. I'll see you in my next live. Right? Does that make sense? So now what we're doing is we're understanding it's not just creating an equal value for 3. Exactly. Exactly. But you're utilizing the 5. This is the 5. You need to utilize the 5, right? So when we keep going, it's the same thing with the 2. Same thing with the 2, right? 2 doesn't have too many questions. It's only the 3 and the 4 because 2 plus 2 is just 4. How do I know? If I did 2, do I have enough beats to add the 2? Yeah, right? I have enough beats to add the 2. There's no formulas involved, but I use it just to remember. We have 4. When I have 4 and I want to add the 2, okay, let's do it again. I have 4 coins. I have 4 coins, but I have enough for 2, but I have it in a nickel. So because I give you my nickel, I give you my 5 cents, I need some change back. To get my change back, I need 3 back. So I have the 5 and I take away the 3. My final answer is 6. Yeah. So that's about adding. And then we can do the same thing with subtraction. So when we're looking at it, we have this minus the 5. Minus the 5, it's exactly the same but different operation. Here we go. Maybe I should do this. All right. So here's my 4. If you notice, we're using the same concept, but this time we're doing with minus signs, right? And now when we compare, we're going up, not down. Notice when we add the 4, we go down, right? When we're taking away the 4, we're going up. Does that make sense? So when, Faith, hello, Faith. It's good to see you too. Welcome back. Oh, yeah. So if we do 4, minus 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Or when we're adding, it's plus the 5 minus the 1. Does that make sense? So now what we're doing is we're compounding our concept. We're compounding our information. This, what do you call it? We're just tapping is clapping. Thank you, Miracles. Tapping is clapping. Thank you so much. So when we're looking at it, right? Add the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1 is just the opposite of plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 1. So when here's my question. If my question is 8 and I want to take away the 4, I know I'm going to minus the 5 and plus the 1. So my final answer is 4. So again, we take this concept and we're modifying it. We're going to power it up, and then we need to do some modifications. And to do the modifications, right? Why? Because we need to take this concept 4 and 1 is equal to 5. We take this concept and we have to modify it to look like this. So the kids, I just tell them to do this, right? This is what they're going to know. And they're going to know how to move the beads. So if they have 7, right? If they have 7, this is 7, and then to take away the 4, they're just going to minus the 5 plus the 1. And then you can do it again with the 6. If I have 6, I'm going to take away the 4. I'm going to minus the 5 plus the 1. So my final answer is 2, right? Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're compounding our information. We're compounding our knowledge. And it's exactly the same with the, let's do the minus 4. Let's do a little bit more. So here is 16. It's 16, take away 4. When we take away 4, we got to what? We don't have enough beats to minus the 4. What do? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. So my final answer is 12. We can do it again with 15. So if I have 15 on my abacus, 1 and a 5, this is 15. 15 on my abacus, I want to take away 4. There's no beads to take away 4, right? There's no beads to take away 4. What do? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. So I'm going to minus the 5 and I plus the 1. My final answer is, what is my final answer? Please put it in the chat what my final answer is. Can we read what the final answer is? Oh, yeah, miracles, right? 11. Thank you, Faith. Right? So it makes sense. So what did we just do? We just added the 4 and now we subtract the 4. Hello, M. Welcome. Thank you, little. Thank you so much. Right. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is 11. Right? And so when we're looking at it, right, you know how to add, we know how to subtract. We can do it again. We can do it again with the 3. So when we look at the 3, right, this is the same concept, but now we're doing minus. When we look at it, right, 7, we have 7. When we have 7, we want to take away the 3. What are we going to do? I have 7. Oh, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. 7, take away the 3. Take away the 3 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 2. So I'm going to minus the 5. I'm going to plus the 2. So my final answer is 4. Right? And then we do it again. We understand how to take away the 3. So if I had 16, I'm going to have 16 on my abacus, 16, 1 and 6. I'm going to take away the 3. To take away the 3, maybe I should write it out. I'll use this, right? 16, and then minus the 3. Minus 3, there's not enough. I need to minus the 3 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 2. We know this. So we're going to minus the 5 and then plus the 2. So my final answer is 13. This makes me so hyped for math. Really? It's amazing how easy it is, right? It's so funny how easy it is to get it. And I think, yeah, I I I I I love it too. Okay, right? So we understand how to add and we know how to subtract. Again, we have this concept, we're just going to make it better, right? We're just going to compound it. We compound our information. It's the same thing with the 2, right? Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. And we do it again with the 1. But the problem with 1 is there's only one number. It gets more when you start working with two-step equations, right? We call mixed formulas, and we could do that at a later time. But for right now, that's what we have. Yeah, does that make sense? Are we all right? So we can show you, like, if I have 5, there's not enough beads to take away the 1, right? If I cannot take away the 1, what do? I have to minus the 5 plus the 4. Minus the 5 plus the 4. Easy. I know. But it's a concept that we need to do, just like moving the beads, right? Just like how we move the beads, I need to show you how to take away the 1. And that's the full thing of making the thing. I have been a math lumber, but was always harder for me since I don't always write it out. My thought process and it would confuse myself. Yeah, my kid's the same way. And so I would say, I would tell him, go get his abacus to go work it out the problem. I mean, it was simple division and he was able to do it. You know what I mean? So sometimes even doing the abacus, even doing the question on the abacus just helps. Just through and through, I think. I still believe that we don't need to do everything in our head. Um, we don't need to do everything in our head, but it's nice that the abacus will be able to track our numbers. So, all right, how are we doing? So we did this. Anybody have any other questions? Uh, and then this was just more puzzles and more practice. And one of the things was I wanted to get the child to answer the question and then find the bud to go with the flower. So depending on what the flowers are, depending on what the petals are, it will match the buds. And there's 4 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4. And then this one's the hidden the word. What are we doing? We're just reviewing the minus 5 with who. And this is available. This is available in my shop. is available here. Hi, my name is Lynette. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I've been teaching abacus for more than 20 years. I have three boys, and they all gone through the abacus curriculum. They're not as entertained with my abacus, but they they've gone through it, and so I used to have a brick and mortar, a learning center out in Monterey Park, but my brother took over that one, which is good because then I can be on the internet and introduce abacus to the rest of the world. I've been making books and I'm going to flood the market with all my abacus books. So right now I have minus five with who, which means we're focusing on how to make a five. And we still, again, there's the adding of the five and then there's the minus of the five. Oh, thank you so much, little Frijoles. Um, so then, how I have it, and I was going to build up more. Depending on how old your child is, if they're a little bit older, then you could start off with learning how to read the abacus, and these are the mazes. Thank you so much. So I hope to be inspiring, and I hope that it makes everybody interested in teaching your children or live vicariously through your children how to use the abacus. And so I have this, and then I'm continuing on. I have after you know what we've done how to make a five, how to make a five, adding and subtracting, right? You know how to add, you know how to subtract. So then what's after that is how to make a 10. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to how to make a 10, and I think that will be the last of it because I am quite tired. Okay, so how to make a 10. Again, the concept here is to understand our pairs, right? To understand our pairs, it's the same thing. We have 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, and 1 and 9. And when we look, we have 5 and 5. 5 and 5 is really easy. Why? Because it's just, if I want to make a 10, we could do 10, oh, sorry, 5, and then we can make it 10. Make it 10 is plus the 5. No, I want to add another 5, plus the 10 minus the 5. If I have 6, right? If I have 6 and I want to add the 5, where's my 5s? Okay, there we go. So here's the concept. I want to do 5 plus 5, right? When I do 5 plus 5, I know that I'm going to plus the 5. I need to plus the 10 minus the 5. So I show you, I want to add the 10, and I'm going to take away the 5. Remember, 10, right, is this number right here. That's 10. This is 0, this is 1. We're just adding 1 to this column. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 10. This is 10. So when we're doing 5, we do 9. Let's do 9. When we add the 9 and I want to add the 5, what do? We know we need to plus the 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 5. Plus the 10. What does that mean? Add the 10, add the 1, add the 0, add the 1, add the 0. And then we need to minus the 5. And then all we got to do is take away the 5. My final answer is 14. So again, this one is in my shop or it's available on Amazon. And what I do is I do bite size and their baby steps, and I go through each number because it all depends on the add-in, and that's how it is in abacus. It all depends on the add-in. What are we trying to add and subtract? So when we're looking at it, we can do this one, right? We can do 19. So we have 19 on our abacus. We have 19 on our abacus. We want to add the 6. To add the 6, we know plus the 10 minus the 4. We know we're going to plus the 10, right? 1, 0. And then we're going to minus the 4. Take away the 4. We take away the 4. So my final answer is 25. Does that make sense? I know I've been going a little bit fast, but this is not going to be the first time, and it's not going to be the last time I talk about it. So we will continue on, and we'll just keep on trucking away. I mean, it's the same thing with the 6s and the 7s. We could do the 7s as well. That makes sense. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So this is the again this is the how to make a 10, and then I'm in the process of making how to minus a 10. When we look right, we want to add the 7. What are we doing? We need to plus the 10 means we're going to add the 10 and we got to take away the 3. So the question is 9. When I have 9, I want to add the 7. To add the 7 is plus the 10. 0, 1. That's what 10 is, right? So we got to add the 10 and then minus the 3. Well, let's take it one step further. What? What do you mean? Well, we're going to take it one step further. Remember, we had this, right? We could do the same thing. We can do the same thing. Let's say we have 900 plus 700, right? What we're going to do is we're going to look at this number. When we look at that number, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 900. And then what happens? We're going to add the 7. To add the 7 is what? Plus the 10 minus 3. I'm going to plus the 10. 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 1. I'm going to add the 10 because now it's agnostic. Add the 10, take away the 3. So my final answer is 1600. How often do I go live? I try to go live twice a day, one in the morning and one at night for now. And we do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and sometimes we go to division depending on how fast the class goes. So thank you, Fake, for the question. Right? But now we see that it's scalable, and this becomes position, place value agnostic. I think I'm gonna trademark that concept. Position was it place value agnostic because it's bite sized, right? We don't need to worry about location because we know we're going to be here. So when we add the 9, we want to plus the 10 minus the 3. Yeah. How are we doing? Oh, excuse me. Wow, that's 50. Tap the screens. Oh, thank you. 300. Yes, thank you. 397. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I have like 65. I don't know, but everybody's not talking, so I don't know. It's just you and me right now. I don't know if Miracle's still around. I know Little Friole is still here. uh, but I don't know if Tammy is still here. Hello, Tammy. I don't know if you're still here. I only know if whoever's commenting, right? So, yes. uh, just so you know, I'm like everywhere. I'm on, thank you, Fake, so much for the rose. I'm like everywhere. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook. Yeah. And I'm on TikTok, just so you guys know. But yeah, if you have any problems with commenting, I have it on my you can see it on my YouTube and have questions. Yeah. Yeah, there was one time like we would have like some glitches and stuff, and somebody would ask me a question, and then they had to go to I found you from TikTok. Oh, yeah, cool. I do like TikTok because of all the conversations. I like TikTok because there's they just the flood of people, and there's like, um, people come and go, but the conversation is what really helped me improve my worksheets and my workbooks. So I appreciate everybody that who joins and comments because I feel like it makes me a better instructor, to teach abacus. I mean, I've been teaching kids, but the difference of teaching kids and teaching adults is that the kids don't question why are we doing it. They never question why, they just take it. Whereas I like to talk to adults and try to relate it because it makes sense, and how it doesn't make sense. So that's the one thing I do enjoy, for those people, and then from there hopefully they can teach their kids, nieces, nephew, or grandchildren. So we'll see. I started watching you a few days ago. Yeah, yeah, there was so many glitches. So many glitches. Thank you so much. Yeah, there was a lot of glitches. There was a lot of glitches. there's still some here and there, but I heard that TikTok was having a few problems. Um, I still see the few glitches myself. Oh, Astrid, thank you so much for the heart me. And the rose fake plastic, thank you so much. But you pushed through it. I was so impressed. I said, that's a great teacher. you know, I didn't mind the glitches because it took time for me to regroup and just kind of settle down a little bit because I know I talk fast. I need to take a little breather sometimes. And that's why I have my soundboard. It's too bad that YouTube can't hear my soundboard. So I got to figure that one out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlist my live that's on YouTube and then upload my TikTok onto YouTube. Such a pain because that's two a day. Ugh. I'm just trying to be everywhere at once. And then I heard Snapchat was the way to go, and I'm like, oh my god, another thing. I'm heading to bed. Thank you so much. Yeah, not a problem, Fake. I will see you in my next live. I'm about to end the live as well, so you're not going to be missing too much. It has been a little bit, so I'm going to be heading out as well. I didn't want to, yeah. So I will see you in my next live. Thank you again for joining and commenting and being being part of my live. See you in the next live. Bye. Ethan, I don't know if you're still around. All right. Okay, if anybody else, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for commenting. If there's anything else that I can quickly answer, anything about abacus, if not, I will see everybody else in my next live. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for participating, and I hope this has been helpful. And hopefully, you will take out your abacus, dust off your abacus, and play around with it a little bit. But remember, be gentle. Don't be aggressive. Don't flick too hard. I'll see you later, user 397. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's kind of cool because on YouTube there's not a lot of comments, so I can see what you're doing. But I noticed that the quality is not so good, so that's why I think I need to upload my other one. So it's okay. It serves what it needs to, and I think I'm going to update it. So, all right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next live. Bye. Have a good night. Oh, yeah.